This is very disturbing. Let's see what crazy things people have been up to in today's video, online dating laughs and lessons, episode 2. So the first one is somebody opens up a girl on a dating app saying, I could blindfold you with a shoelace. Now I give this opening a 10 out of 10 if it was a dude, but this is not a dude, so you cannot pull this shit because you will get no replies or report it. Okay, now let's look at this profile. This is a guy's profile. He's 42 and my simple pleasures watching your kids sleep. Now if this was my kids, that would be totally okay, but if it's your kids, and he's even like Christian and stuff, like, and he does marketing. If he does marketing, he needs to understand this sounds creepy as hell. Like, you should not watch other people's children by any means. Never do that. Unless it's like for a fun thing, but putting it on your profile, it's horrible. Okay, somebody opened with, how was your weekend? And the other person, really fun. My dom surprised me with a threesome. I love making out on his with others. How about you? This is very disturbing, but yeah, everybody has their own life. You need to respect people that have different interests, right? But you just hope you don't get these messages. Dating me is like 6'1", ENTJ, competitive, protector, provider, independent thinker, stoic, playful, passionate, executive, musician, martial artist, man. Holy shit. 6 fit, talkative, social, playful, affectionate, feminine, partner. AboutRJ.com. You guys can go to this website. This guy actually created his own website to promote himself in a very freaky, creepy way. And fun fact, he actually has AI generated images on his profile or on his website. So this just screams red flags. When women look at your profile, they are trying to like figure out, like, is this guy has green flags, red flags, and like these kind of things just show too many red flags, where it's not going to get you a better result. So when you do things, even this whole thing dating me like it's all red flags, because it's just too much. If you want to brag about certain things, keep it low key. Don't brag as in like 10 different things, and even like martial artist, man, like, come on. Okay, so somebody had a prompt on his profile that says, all I ask is that you send me a picture of your dad so I can see how you age, and I'll send you one of my mom. And this person replied with, there you go, with a death emoji. Okay, yeah, that's a good one actually. I do find it very interesting to figure out, because like, it's not really true, right? For instance, my dad is bald, and as far as I know, I'm not going bald. Please don't tell me I'm going bald in the comments. All right, next one. The way to win me over is your absolute worst pickup line. So he replies with, you're sure. This is an interesting one, because this is an open loop, right? He doesn't initially answer the question. He's actually like, are you sure? Making her react to that before he actually says it, which is a good line to start with. So now she replies with, give the best worst one you've heard and I'll top it, right? So he's trying to get her to like put in more effort into the conversation by having her comply with a small challenge. So a challenge is making somebody else do something, and like he's using a small challenge in this instance. And then she says, so she doesn't comply with the challenge, and she actually says like, give me your best and I'll tell you where it ranks, right? So she doesn't really fully comply with it, purely because of the energy that it takes, because that makes her think, what is the best line, right? So she needs to come up with it or find it again, like all that kind of stuff. So you're asking her for a certain level of input, and she's not willing to put that input, but she is able to at least reply to it by saying like, give me your best one and tell you where it ranks. So this is already a good reply. Girl, are you an appendix? Because you're useless and irritating and I still need to take you out. It's a good line. It's funny. A little bit insulting, but that's okay. Like, you can insult people, just don't do it too much. Watch our previous video to learn about like insulting. So we got into the top 3. Not bad. I want to have the top spot though. One more. Ha 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 ha. Okay, one more. So I just tried to send one and Hinge literally popped up with, are you sure warning. Okay, so again, this is like an open loop saying like, oh, I try to send something, and then like she needs to reply in order to get the answer. And she wants to get the answer because this makes it sound like it's a really good one, right? Okay, girl, are you in high school? Because I want to show up and shoot a bunch of kids in you. Oof. And then don't report me. To be honest, I've had to say that don't report me a couple of times, purely because, well, sometimes you say tricky things. And then she's like, left my ass off. Congratulations, you got the #1 spot. Good job. Sometimes it's good to like send tricky things. Definitely if girls ask for it, make it rude. Just watch out and not Don't make it personal, right? You have those videos like those topics on Reddit, those threads where it's like roast me. Don't do that kind of humor. Hey yo, I'll be honest, I think a redhead is more my type. Is she single? And then she's like, I know, not what you wanted to hear. Okay, so in general, what you want to do if you have a dating profile and you have images of you with friends, what you should do is not have friends that are better looking, because if you do, you'll get messages like these, and these are not the type of messages that you want to receive. So keep that in mind whenever you want to have like a group photo or a friend or a photo that inclines that you have friends. Even if you don't, it's fine. A lot of people don't have friends. So in that case, if you want to have a photo with you and your friends, make sure that you're not like the ugliest one. Let's go to the next one. That's nice. I noticed your profile, it says you're looking for fun casual dates. So you're looking for something more short term and not a relationship. That's a great question. I like to start things off fun and casual to see how we connect, but I'm definitely open to building something meaningful if it feels right. That makes sense. I'm also wondering about your political views. Oh my god, don't date somebody who's asking political views. Since it's pretty important to me, I'm looking for somebody with more liberal views. I was expecting this because this is from Reddit, so obviously it's going to be liberal. Somebody who did not vote for Trump. I totally get where you're coming from. It's great that you're clear on what's important to you. Honestly, I'm not super political myself, so I try not to let it influence how I connect with people. I'm more about good vibes and a meaningful connection. This sounds very interesting. Are your answers AI generated, or is this generally how you talk? Sorry, but something about this conversation feels weird. Alright, okay, you caught me. It's a hybrid. I consult with an AI, then tweak the response to make sure it's perfect because, well, I want to impress you. That's so strange, but also funny. Why not be your authentic self? Honestly, I see texting as a high stakes. It feels like one wrong move and I'm out. In some regards, he's right though. Like if you say one dumb thing, you can get unblocked, dude. You can get blocked for that. Anyway, using an AI helps me put my best foot forward. But at the end, I'm just trying to connect with somebody. Like you need to pay attention to the things that you say, because like if you use those dashes and stuff like that, that shows like you're an AI. I'm just trying to connect with someone as awesome as you. And then she replies, "Ok, but you're still using it after I called you out. Is this like an experiment or something? Or are you really bad at conversational naturally?" Yeah, this is like people, what you need to understand, like women try to filter you out in like how good you are with like in your conversations. If you're terrible at your conversations, women are not going to be that interested in you. And then he's like, "I'm going to go ahead and end things here. I wish you the best." Okay, so he gives up. For a fair reason. I think by this time it's a done deal. By the way, I wouldn't have dated her myself, but that's another story. Yeah, so if you want to use it, you can use AI, but just make sure that you use it as inspiration and not just copy paste like long messages like these. Because like if they sound too perfect, it obviously is, often because it's done by an AI. Next up, this is a profile of a guy with a great smile. Like, yeah, great smile. Okay. I work in one of the most dangerous work environment in the world, the office. I've suffered from paper cuts, blue light induced headaches, and chronically cold hands from typing. I also avoid getting a flat ass from the sitting disease. My favorite hobby is buying disturbing items from Etsy and gifting them to my friends and family. The last gift was a bar of fetus soap. I think that's what it was. Holy shit, that's terrible. Anyway, the introduction is very good because it's very good storytelling with like a lot of teasers involved into it. So overall, this is a very good message to send. Let's look at the last part. I'm also 6'2" with a fat beer can cock. No short king here. Yeah, this, like, just saying like you're 6'2" is already gonna do enough. Talking about your private parts in general, not the best strategy. Trying to come up with a strategy where it would be helpful, I don't think there is. Because like in general, women don't want to hear about it. Even if she's very much into that kind of stuff, she probably doesn't want to hear about it still. Because like for women, it's very easy to find out. Because a woman can text the guy like, "Hey, talk me about your ding dong," and like pretty much 95% of all men will reply talking about it. So it's not very easy, not very difficult for women to get a conversation about it. So adding this is bad. Also like the no short king here, that's bad, you know? Like you don't say something like that talks down on another group that you're not involved with, because like it just shows bad ethics, and women care about ethics. I know, you're surprised. They do. Okay, so this guy send a like, adding, "May God send you terrible man until you choose me." This makes it sound like he's a terrible option and that he needs to have her meet a lot of terrible guys for him to have a shot. It's just a horrible way to open somebody. It's fun, but it's horrible. Bloody. What kind of trouble do I need to be in that your law expertise will be able to help me out in? Well, if your kitchen is burned down and you struggle to get money from the insurance company, you can call. Haha, no, actually, that's a lie because I'm actually an in-house lawyer. So if you have any problems with your payments, let me know. I'm working there. She actually gives the company where she works for. You better give me your cell phone number then for safekeeping just in case that there's a fire one day. It's funny, but it's replying to a wrong message. I'd hate to be the kind of pickle and not be able to contact you for help. And then she's like, I must admit that was smooth to get my number. Here's my number. If you find a smooth way to get somebody's number, the likelihood of succeeding in that regard will be higher than comparable, like, hey, give me your number, let's schedule something. It will be higher. Is it required? No. Do we do that for our clients? No, we don't do that for our clients because it's not required. So in general, we always just say something regular like, hey, let's meet up, let's date, give me your number, etc., etc. Because it works. If the pre-work was good, if the pre-texting was good, you don't need it. Will it add some extra points? Yeah, we'll add some extra points. So like, try to have a fire though, ensure companies are evil. Well, I think we can all agree with that. That was the ending of today's video of like online dating laughs and lessons. Hope you enjoyed and stay tuned and subscribe so you can see episode number 3.